Hello, welcome to this online session of Impact Taxation and Financial Services. So in this session, let's have a look at the concept of a leading member SMSF. Okay. So a brief introduction about myself. You can pause the video to have a quick look. And before we go to the main content, again, just a declaration to let everyone know that the information provided is for general information only. Before making any decisions, please consult with a professional person, okay? And also special thanks to Grant Abbott from Lightyear Docs and Abbott and the Morning Lawyers, okay? Okay, let's have a look. So why do we need to use a leading member SMSF? Okay, so it will help you to provide a few different benefits. Okay, tax saving, asset protection, succession planning, and estate planning. So let's have a look at the details a little bit more. Okay, so at the moment, there are a few key concerns of current SMSFs. So they actually started from 1994. Okay, so that's the very beginning of SMSFs. And the original members have grown old and have accumulated great wealth. Okay, then lack of succession planning with two member funds when members die or get dementia, then there will be basically the wealth within the SMSF will get stuck, okay? And then poor planning could lead the SMSF wealth go outside of members' bloodline or lineage, okay? So that's some of the key concerns of current SMSFs. And then consequences of incorrect SMSF planning strategies. Okay, so many BDBNs, for example, okay, BDBN stands for Binding Death Benefit Nomination. So BDBNs of SMSFs have been held useless, many of them. Okay, so the reason being, the self-managed super fund is actually a trust. Okay, so it's actually governed by the trust deed. So that's the most critical document for the self-managed super fund. So if in case in the trust deed, there's no clause or nothing mentioned about the power of BDBN, then it's not valid, okay? And then also at the same time, because it's a trust, the trustee actually decide how the trust asset will be distributed. So from that perspective, BDBN can also be held as useless or not valid. Okay, so we need to draw in if in case there is BDBN, you actually need to maybe consult with a solicitor or someone with expertise of self-managed super fund to see whether it will be valid. Okay, so that's with BDBN. And then at the same time, reversionary pensions without great documentation, even worse. Okay, reversionary pension, if you don't know the concept, that's basically after someone's deceased, someone passed away, they can actually nominate other people to keep receiving their pension, okay, as if they were still here, okay? So periodically, so the new person can still keep receiving the same amount of pension. And then the tax will carry on as well. So basically, they pay the same tax rates as if the deceased person is still here. So that's actually providing great tax benefit as well. Okay, so that's a reversionary pension. It's a great strategy, but if it's not backed up by correct documentation, then it can also be held as not valid. Okay, so there are legal consequences as well. And then, adding SMSF assets to the estate could lead the distribution be challenged by people outside the bloodline and cause excessive litigation cost. So maybe in one of our future sessions, we'll have a look at into more details of will and how estate planning can be managed. So a lot of people don't know, even if you have a valid will, it can still be challenged by an ex-spouse, okay? So, or de facto relationship before. So then sometimes we know cases before that solicitors even can pull out all the assets from self-managed super fund to the estate. Okay, so it's actually when it's combined to the estate, then that's actually open to be challenged. Yeah, on the will. Okay, so that could be risky from there as well. All right, and then so the concept of multi-generational SMSF planning, okay, that's actually the essence of leading member self-managed super fund. Okay, so a question you might want to ask yourself: is it important that your money and assets stay within your lineage or bloodline? Most people, I'm sure, you'll say yes to that answer, right? And then, so at the moment, 90% of SMSFs built for 2 members only, and the fund to be wound up with the last surviving member. So when there are only 2 members within the fund, then when 2 members dies or lose mental capacity, then the fund have to be terminated or dissolved. So, and then without a good succession strategy, the planning timeline is just too short. Okay, so you know, SMSF is actually a type of trust, and then most of the common trusts, of course, depend on which state is registered, is stamped. So most of them actually have an 80-year vesting rule. So that means they need to be closed down in 80 years. Okay, but self-managed super fund is actually a type of trust that can carry on forever. All right. So then it's actually will give the family a great strategy, yeah, if you can utilize the self-managed super fund, yeah, for future generations as well. Okay, and leading member SMSF will help to protect and grow the family's superannuation wealth for generations to come. Okay, so that's why we are using a leading member SMSF. Okay, so so this is basically we call it like a royal solution. Okay, so because it's very similar to the current British monarchy and its descendant bloodline. If you have watched our online session about a family trust, leading member family trust, it's actually the same concept. So because so after the leading members, you actually have first level successors and then second level successors. So that will carry on. It can be carried on to like many generations. Okay, and then future appointors can actually add more successors as well. So then this will provide security, safety, and certainty. So the wealth will keep staying within the family bloodline. All right. Okay. So then the next question will be, who can be the leading member? Okay. So it's similar to an appointor to discretionary trust or family trust. And then the person will have the ability to appoint and remove the trustee and also members of the fund. And then one person or a couple can be appointed as leading members at the beginning. Okay, so this can be at the time of establishment of the self-managed super fund, or an ordinary self-managed super fund can be upgraded to a leading member self-managed super fund. All right. So if you already have an existing SMSF, it can easily be upgraded as well. Yeah, we can help you with that. Okay, then what are the responsibilities of a leading member? Okay, So the leading members have the power to appoint and remove any trustee or members, okay? And also need to ensure any debts or other benefits only go to the leading member's lineage by being the final voice on any BDBN or reversionary pension, and can veto any board decision of the corporate trustee if it runs counter to benefiting or protecting lineage. Okay, so it actually will provide very sound protection to make sure that the family wealth will stay within the family lineage. Okay. All right, so that's it. That's the end. Here are our contact details. If you have any questions on the session, let us know. Send us an email or give us a call. Thank you for attending. We'll see you next time.